recording. Welcome to my blog .stampwithelaine.com and welcome to Fun Friday. So let's have some fun with this gorgeous stamp set called A Nice Cuppa. The whole product suite comprises of 6 items. There's the stamp set, the framelit dies. Isn't that cute? There's a teapot, a teacup, the milk jug. And I just love these cutlery set. There's a mug for coffee lovers, a little heart, a detail for the cups that you can cut out, and also a second different shaped teacup. This one looks more like bone china, and that's just an ordinary everyday one. And then of course you've got the tea bags. So you'll find this on pages 34 and 35 of your spring summer catalogue. And included in the product suite are this Have a Cuppa cardstock pack, and those are in Bermuda Bay, Melon Mambo and Wisteria Wonder. There's also Have a Cuppa Designer Series paper stack, and there are 48 sheets in a pack, and these measure 6 by 6, and in centimetres that's 15.2 by 15.2, and there are 12 double-sided designs. There's also this lovely Bermuda Bay ribbon. It's 1/8 inch wide, 9.1 metres of it. Then we've got these lovely antiqued embellishments. There's 5 each of 3 designs. So there's the teapot, some spoons and slices of lemon. That's the product suite. So what we're going to be making is this darling little box, and in it holds these, I don't know what you call them, but I got these from Belgium, and there's sort of like a block of chocolate, and you put it in your hot drink, whether it's hot milk or something, and there's this stick here, and you just roll it like that in your hand, and it dissolves the chocolate and makes a lovely hot chocolate drink. Stirrer. Hot chocolate stirrer. So this is what we're going to be making today. And actually you're getting 2 little projects instead of 1, because I've done a little sweet little card that goes with it. So the supplies for the project, for this project and the little card: Bermuda Bay cardstock. This has been cut at 11 inches across by an A4 width, and in centimetres that's 21 by 28. I've cut the DSP at 2 inches by 6 inches, and one at 2 inches by 3 inches. So in centimetres that's 5 centimetres by 15.2 and 5 centimetres by 7.7. In the annual catalogue there are these dinky little square envelopes, and they measure 3 1/8 by 3 1/8, and in centimetres that's 7.9 by 7.9 centimetres. There are 40 in a pack. I think it's a great addition to have in your supplies or in your stash. You will need 1 1/4 inch scallop circle punch, a 1 inch circle punch, your Project Love corner rounder, and a 1/2 inch circle punch. We're going to be using the Melon Mambo and Bermuda Bay Classic Ink Cuppa bundle, the ribbon. For this little card, this is the remainder, the smallest one out of the sheet of A4. I cut 3 at 3 by 6, so that's 1, 2, 3, and then you've got this leftover bit which you can use as scrap to stamp on, so there's no wastage, and then there's this little one. So basically you can get 3 3 by 6s and 1 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, so added together that's 5 1/2. So basically you can get 4 mini cards out of one sheet of A4. Short side on top you score at 2 inches, 4 inches, 6 inches and 8 inches. So in centimetres that's 5, 10, 15.2 and 20.4 centimetres. Rotate your cardstock so that the long side is on top, and you want to score at 1/2 inch, 2.5 inches, 8.5, 10.5, and in centimetres that's 1.2, 6.4, 21.6 and 26.8 centimetres. So that it's easier for you to see, what I'm going to do is just mark in hashed areas the bits that we want to cut. So it's that bit and that bit. We want to discard this bit, and these bits up here, the 1/2 inch score line. So you want to snip off this bit and then do a slightly angled one from the opposite direction. Same here. So you're discarding those 2 little rectangles. Things easier, just snip up to the first score line on all the tabs. And then it's the end rectangles that you want to cut off, and it's opposite the narrow tab. So it's these 2 end bits that you don't want. And you want to cut off the 1/2 inch score lines. Your cardstock should now look like this. Burnish all your score lines. Bring back the scoreboard, and on this end panel opposite the narrow score line, this first panel here, just mark the 1 inch mark on both ends. And centre it on those marks that you've made, and cut a semicircle out of it at both ends. All around the lid. Apply sticky strip to the narrow end of your tab. Remove the protective layer and then join the ends together. Oops, it looks as though I corner rounded the wrong bit. So having made that little faux pas, I may as well corner round all of the flaps. Silly me. Now you may have to trim one of the flaps very, very slightly. You don't want to take too much off, otherwise the box won't shut properly, or the lid won't shut properly. So that's the reason why I didn't make those little V marks. Take the 3 inch by 2 inch piece, the 5 by 7.7 centimetre piece, and I've scored it at 1/2 inch on both ends. So that's the long side on top, and you score at 1/2 inch on either side. Bring in my silicone mat again, and I could use Tombow, but since I've got this out I might as well use the sticky strip. So where the finger holes are, that's the back of your box. So you want to wrap your DSP round, butt it up to the edge of the box, fold it, and do the same with the other side. And then you know roughly where the box is going to fold. So make sure your hearts are the right way up, or your pattern is the right way up. And then remove the sticky strip on this side and bring the other side to meet it. Now you're ready to die cut. So bring in your magnetic platform, base cutting plate, your cardstock, the die. I'm going to be using this one and a heart. So I want the heart, get a smaller piece of scrap. So the heart, the mug in the Melon Mambo, and the heart in Bermuda Bay. Top cutting plate, and then I'll run it through the big shot off camera. So here are my cut pieces. Glue it onto my cup. Take a length of this lovely Bermuda Bay ribbon and tie it round the front. I like to do mine on the roll so that there isn't any wastage. Pop the cup on a dimensional. And stick it to my box. We've done the box. Now we can stick this chocolate in. Now to make the card, that's the foam pad, because we're using photopolymer stamps. Then I'll take my 3-inch card, 3x6-inch card, and the Bermuda Bay ink. Ink it up well. Actually, I think I'll put my T-bar against the stamp in case the coverage isn't good and I want to stamp it again. Scrap we had left over, I'm going to stamp "You Are Terrific." 1-inch circle punch that out. 1 1/4-inch circle punch out a little scallop circle with silver glimmer paper. Now here's another little trick. Sometimes you find that glimmer paper, glue dots, and well, glue dots will stick but not foam pads. So what I do is I actually punch a hole through it and then use my glue pen, glue this portion directly to put it where I want it. You can always save those for something else if you're a frugal stamper. And then pop my dimensional in that hole, position my sentiment where I want it, and it's done. There you have it. I hope you've enjoyed today's Fun Friday tutorial. Actually it's 2 projects instead of the one. I hope you've enjoyed it. and I'll be back with more inspiration next time. Thanks for watching.